There they are. I see them.
Here they come.
I want to see what $1.65 million looks like.
Chief came to me in early mid-2013. He appointed me chairman of the truck committee. We laid out some basic parameters to build the truck around that he was looking for. And then we started the process. So we formed a committee, 4 or 5 people with a wide array of knowledge and experience in the fire service. So we had a lot of different views and inputs. The trucks we decided to build are rescue pumpers. They're fully functional firefighting apparatus, but then there's also a strong emphasis in the rescue side of it. One of the parameters the chief gave us as a committee was the truck couldn't be over 35 feet. We ended up coming in at 34 foot 7 inches. That was one of the driving factors for going with the side mount pump panel versus a top mount, is it shortened up that pump module a good bit. So with enclosing the pump panel, one of the obstacles we had to overcome is we've always had jet dumps on all our engines just in case they do get put into a water shuttle. And so one of the things we had to make sure of is the driver operator didn't have to get out the truck each time and mess with all the handles. So the jet dump is air actuated valve. We got a foot throttle override in the cab of the truck, and we had to make sure the pull handles that are needed in the jet dump process are on a short stroke. That way they can stay pulled and fully open, and yet that door stay down. These trucks are pretty complex. There's nothing normal about it from the manufacturing side of it. It's completely custom. We wanted to find a easier way to get the tools on the car and have them going to work. So we put the cutters and the spreaders in the front bumper. They're pre-attached to 2 hose reels. They got 100 foot of hydraulic hose. So all they have to do is open up the front bumper lid, grab whichever one they need or both, and go to the car, and the driver operator of the truck will go to the compartment where the hydraulic pump is housed, start it, and charge the lines just like they normally would. And within a matter of a minute, they're going to work. That was an engineering feat in itself for the manufacturers to be able to put a set of cutters, set of spreaders, 2 independent hose reels that have 100 foot of hydraulic hose on it. It's still got the cue, 2 air horns, 2 electronic sirens, and it's got a front suction on a swivel. The cab, one of the first things a lot of people notice is what's called a Vista screen, and that's part of the Weldon VMUX system. This one you can control all the lighting. You can use it for diagnostics on the screen. All your door jar systems, seatbelt sensors are hooked up to it. The backup cameras, the blind spot cameras, they're all wired into the VMUX system. It's a touch screen, or you can use a button. Fairly simple to use. very minimal training required to operate the basics of it, the everyday stuff. We try to make the truck as efficient as possible for the fireman when he arrives on the scene, to not have to go here and go there to get his equipment. It's all right there in front of him. The driver's side is all your firefighting equipment. It's got all your saws in it, your fans, generator, and then we went with the over the wheel well compartment. It's got all your hand tools. Then the next compartment, something that was a really big change for us, we put the air packs, driver's side rear compartment. The theory behind that is we're 95% volunteer, so a lot of times they're having to respond their POVs to the scene and meet the engine there. So instead of them having to climb up into the fire truck to retrieve their air pack, we put it in the compartment back there. Their flashlights are there, the thermal imagers are there, another married set, the RIP pack, all that's in one compartment. The officer side is more set up for rescue. You've got the cribbing compartment. It's got your step, block, wedges, all that's back there. Your oil dry, everything you need on a wreck scene's in that compartment. Then moving up in the wheel well compartment, we've got all the accessories for the rescue jack. And then the next forward compartment, we have the rescue jacks, the TNT hydraulic pump, the ram, glass master, all your extrication devices are there. The back of the truck is fairly traditional. You got your ladders, pipe poles, and sheetrock hooks. We got another intake. It's a true 6-inch intake, so we can move quite a good amount of water. Another thing we did to try to improve the efficiency, both of the sections of hard suction have a appliance pre-connected. One has a low-level strainer pre-connected, and then the other one has a barrel strainer pre-connected. Again, we went with a hard top hose bed cover, so makes it safer for them to traverse from the back of the truck to the dunnage area if need be. And then the hard top hose bed cover also prevents us from losing 5-inch that unfortunately has happened a few times. It's got electronic actuators on it, so nobody has to climb up there to open it. Just a flip of a switch and it'll open up. One of the things we had the luxury of it being able to add to the new engines is a remote control TFT deck gun. It delivers 1,250 gallons per minute. I guess the best feature about it is it has a wireless controller to it. It can be operated up to 300 feet away from the rig. Another nice feature of this truck is it's got disc brakes in the front, and it's got an air ride suspension in the rear. It helps with the body lean or body sway of the truck when it's taking turns. And then obviously the disc brakes aid in stopping. They don't have the tendency to heat up as bad as drum brakes. The light package on this apparatus is pretty stout, and we're pretty proud of it. Pre-con, definitely go to the manufacturer facility. We had a great time down in Ocala, Florida. The employees at the E1 manufacturing facility bent over backwards to accommodate us and make sure the experience we had there was meaningful and well worth our time. And then we opted for a midpoint inspection. It was probably about a 75% completion. And we went back down to Ocala, looked at the fire truck, made sure that what had been completed so far was per the specifications of what we wanted. And then after that, you go down for your final inspection, where you go over the truck with a fine-tooth comb. There's always a chance that there was mistakes are going to be made, so we work with them to correct any issues that we found. After that, you take delivery of them, and it's a lot of training to get everybody accustomed to it. But yeah, I would like to say thanks to the fire chief, Billy Dillon, for allowing his people to to build these trucks. He had a lot of input and he helped out a lot, but he left a lot of the design process up to the truck committee. Also the county council who helped acquire the funding for us to be able to get these new engines to replace the 88s. Virgil Slagle, he was our sales rep, works with Fireline out of Winder, Georgia. He's put in countless hours to help us design these trucks and build these trucks. And he was a customer advocate throughout the build process. If there was any discrepancy between us and the manufacturer, he was always there to make sure the right thing got done. And then the E1, that's a great company, and they built a great apparatus. They've been over backwards to make sure we ended up with what we wanted.